You know, he picked the wrong family, and not scared of a conflict, and we're not scared. We're not running. We're coming at him.
But it's, again, it just tells the story of it's the evil and the ugliness of people's hearts these days is everywhere.
Okay, can you guys hear me now? How's that? Did we get this? Hello, hello. Is it? Ay, 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 Chihuahua. Always something. Really good to see you guys. Okay, so, oh my word. So, how are y'all doing? Happy Monday. No, you're not deaf. Oh my word. Yeah, always something. Yay. So good to see everybody. It's actually quite a nice day in the Rockies. 18 Celsius and no wind. Always nice. So I spent some of last night and almost all morning going through the telematics from the Bobcat. And I found it pretty interesting, to be honest with you. So I've got that up and then just a little bit of chit chat about what's been going on. So, what do you guys think? Is he going to get picked up? I think they're going to recharge him. Do you think? I mean, they were saying that they needed to find her, right? And as soon as they found her, they thought, but we're kind of hearing conflicting things. Some are saying that, for the most part, she was intact, like as far as skeletal. And then others are saying that she was like all over there. So, weird echo. Is there a weird echo, Karma? Let me see if I can fix that. No weird echoes. Let's see. Is the echo gone? All good? Okay. Okay. Hopefully we've got it here. How you doing, Dandy? That's okay. We started late because I was sitting there in chat talking and visiting with everybody, and then I was like, oh crap. So yeah, I was even late for the stream. I was in chatting. Yes, how you doing, James? So James and Tracy, Martin, Karma D. Good to see you guys. Shauna, Mel. Yeah, great to see everybody. The alternate corner. Welcome, welcome, friend. Jonathan. Nice to see you. Welcome, everybody. So, what was the outcome of this morning? Any new leads happened after I left at 2 a.m.? Was it 2 a.m. for you? Oh, my word. Dandy's always building. So yeah, we've got the telematics from the Bobcat. So the only thing I could find, I'm going to keep looking, but the only thing I could find has up to the 9th. I don't have anything for the 10th, but I do have the 8th and the 9th and even previous to that. Did you tap out at 2:30? You guys are so awesome. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I forgot to eat today. And I thought, oh, just before the stream, I thought, oh, I'm going to get like, I just heard of this new sandwich shop. So I thought, ooh, going there, everything's fresh. So looked up to see the menu and they closed like an hour before. It's like, no. So yeah, the telematics are pretty darn interesting in my mind. So I want to go through that stuff with you. And then we'll go and we'll look at the map because I did transfer the information from the telematics onto map time. So I thought maybe we can go through that as well. And then there is a couple little tidbits that we can look at. Okay, so let's see here. Where do we want to start? Let's look at the telematics. Okay, I am using a different platform. So hopefully you guys can see this well. So this was part of the discovery from the last time. This is all of the, right up until the end of the 9th, and that's when, he was hunting for chipmunks and, oh my word, all sorts of stuff was going on. And interestingly enough, that machinery wasn't exactly, it wasn't moving around too far for a while, but it was moving around. So I am going to I want the trucks telematics as well. So if anybody knows where they are, shoot them to me in Discord if you're on there. I'd love them. And I'll keep looking myself. It just kind of gives us an idea, doesn't it? So page 21 here. Okay, I am going to... I'll do it this way, I think. See how it works. I don't think it's going to let me. All right, do it the other way. Okay, so this is where it breaks up. Let me see if I've got you guys on there. Okay. So I'm sorry I can't make it any bigger. But what I've got highlighted is the pink is from the 8th, and the blue is from the 9th. And so this is at what time? About 20 to 12. And this is the night of the 8th, and it shows that it did shut down. I wish I could move this, guys. The only way I can do, let me see if I can read it if I'm even a little bit smaller. No. Okay, so I have to leave it here. I'm sorry. So now, this I find interesting. So this is on the 9th at 1:18:49. And for whatever reason, it started up at that time of night. 1:18. So almost 20 after 1 in the morning. And let's see here. So it's showing, oh my word, it's really hard to show. I'm having a hard time getting it to you guys the way I want to. Okay, so it shows that it moved, or it started up. And at this point, we're in Salida. And then we basically jump because it idled and then it stopped idling. It idled and then it stopped idling. And eventually it was shut down. And then at 13:33:42. So let's see here. Just after 1 o'clock, 1:33 in the afternoon, shut down. And then the startup was like the same time. So I don't quite know what the heck was going on with that thing. This is broad daylight. I wish it would let me. It won't even let me slide it over. It sucks. So then we've got, let's go down a little bit further. And we're looking at about, 13:49. So what, 1:49? And it was idling again, position. See, and it kept doing this for a very, very long time. I'm not sure why that was happening, but it would have a little bit of a position change. So what that's kind of telling me is there's a good possibility that it was moving. Like, I don't mean its wheels were rotating, but possibly it was moving on the back of a trailer, like the flatbed. That's what it makes me think. Shut down. This makes it tricky, doesn't it? Because, we've got it here, position. It idle ends at 11:37. Is that right? And at this point, yeah, you see it is going down the highway. You've got US 50 Salida. Same thing, Salida. And it's doing the same thing. So it's moving, and that's why it's bouncing in and out. It's moving that whole time. And then it gets to... Okay, we've got the county roads, and it switches over. But again, it's still Salida. And the times are showing that, yeah, it's just like every once in a while. But I've got these all on the map. And it's basically a lot of these places he was right around Salida. But there's a couple places in there that I think might surprise you, because it almost looks like he might have been staying at somebody's place, because I can't figure out where he would have been using equipment. So all of this stuff here, we've got, this is in Poncha Springs, which is, I do believe, kind of a subdivision almost. And all this time here, this is all at the same address, minute by minute. And again, nothing happening. It's maybe moving around a little bit. But yeah, in Poncha Springs. And again, we've got all these, what have we got? Like 457, and still at that same place. All the way down to about here. And then it starts saying back into Salida. And then it shows where he is back at the Puma Path. Oh, did I miss Connor? Oh, corners. Did I miss corners? Alternate corner. Sounds great, alternate corner. It was really nice meeting you. So yeah, this is putting him back in Puma path. And then again, there seems to be a little bit of bouncing around. And then we get to 2010s. What is that? 10 after 8. And it says that it's been shut down, but it also says other. Hey, alternate corner, feel free to put that information in our Discord. Absolutely. Absolutely. And if you leave the information, I can also add it to the bottom here for you. So yeah, have a great one. So what did I put here? Shut down and start up. And this again is just before 8 and just after 8. Bruja! Hello, hello, hello. So, yeah. And even I'm going to look closer from the 8th. I've got it where it starts. And then I'm going to probably go through right in here. And he did do a lot of moving around. But yeah, I still have to look like he was on the highway, US 50. And it looks again, idle positioning, startup. So the startup and the hold on here. I've got the shutdown and the startup at the same time. And then the same thing all the way down. Idle and positioning, idle and positioning. So yeah, I'll go through this a little bit. And yeah, absolutely, Mel. Absolutely. Okay, so I'm not gonna get rid of that, but I'll keep it. Okay, come on. Oh, okay, that's why. So before we get to the map, I'm thinking maybe we'll take a look at some of the things that are being said. So before I do, if you haven't subscribed, please do. And make sure to hit that thumb for me and boost this into the algorithm a little bit further. So let's see here. Wonder if that'll work better. No. Okay. What have we got going? Let's see. Now, let me go find you. I'm just sorry, industrial motors. There we go. I didn't know where to find us. So the state of missing mom, Suzanne Morphews' scattered remains will make it very hard for husband Barry to clear his name, experts say. The remains of missing mom, Suzanne Morphew, were discovered in a shallow grave in a rock field in Colorado late last month. Now, a forensic expert says the condition of her remains makes it unlikely husband, Barry Morphew, will be able to clear his name. Suzanne disappeared on Mother's Day 2020. 1 year later, her husband was charged with her M, though the charges were later dropped. Just the absolute worst. Hey, guys? Let me pop over there to you for a second, Shauna, and I'll put that up. No. There we go. So absolutely. Hey, everyone, go check his channel out. Guys, he goes over trials and has a pretty cool chat. I think he's covering bathtub murder trial. Okay. Okay, nice. Check him down. Check him out. Check him down. Oh, thank you so much, friend. So yeah, our Discord as well. And again, this is also a great spot to get information, drop information. It's kind of a sharing center with some really great people in there. So if you want to get over there and you're having problems, you can always let us know and we'll get you over there and kind of walk you through stuff. Has the forensic expert examined the remains? Do you know what? I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be, from Body Bags. He's just like an awesome guy. But I do not know. I doubt very, very much that he has. He's on Body Bags. Check him out and see what you think. He's, like I say, I find him to be a pretty decent individual. I don't know him personally, but of course. Oh, there we are. I'll go over there. I just missed alternate corner. Sorry, guys. Okay, so the state of missing is, okay, we got that far. Barry Morphew, 55, husband of Suzanne Morphew, who went missing in May of 2020, has M charges filed against him, and later dropped in relation to his wife's disappearance. So remains have been found and they've been confirmed to be Suzanne Morphew's. She was found in a shallow grave in a remote field near Moffat in Saguache County, Colorado, about 50 miles away from her home last month. They were thought to have been scattered by the elements in the 3 years since she's been missing. Oh, God. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I know, Mel. It's like more than a little confusing, isn't it? There just is no. I don't think there was a bike ride, right? I can't work out why they still they won't be able to use that now. I mean, that time has passed, right? Okay, so there is the YouTube address for the alternate corner. Check them out. Highly recommended by Shauna, and that means a lot. Connor. How you doing, friend? So the bike was really close to the house, not far off from, they kind of, they're on a mountain, so they had a little bit of an incline to get up to the house. So just as you got to the bottom, when you're going the other way, there was a left turn, and her bike was found there. No signs of, skid marks from slamming on the brakes or anything along those lines. And really there was nothing wrong with it. Maybe a bent tire, possibly a bent tire, but past that, no. So yeah, Joseph Scott Morgan. He does have his channel, like I say, Body Bags. He's a university instructor, I guess. I don't know. So yeah, I don't know. We'll get his credentials down here, but I know that he is like an instructor and very, very acknowledged as a forensic specialist. So we'll have to see. I think he's a decent one. So let's see here. Morphew 49 disappeared in Colorado while out for a Mother's Day bike ride. Her marriage to Barry Morphew, with whom she shared 2 daughters, was in the process of breaking down when she vanished. Both spouses had conducted extramarital affairs and were in the process of figuring out how to end their marriage. She texted her husband days before her disappearance, stating that she was done with the relationship. So forensic specialist Joseph Scott Morgan, professor, not instructor. See? Good Lord, Martha. Lordy, lordy. Yeah, professor. Sorry, Mr. Joseph Scott Morgan. So he said that a significant amount of DNA evidence will have been lost from Suzanne's remains, making it harder to define whether or not her passing was a result of wrongdoing. Beautiful girl. So she vanished without a trace May 10th, 2020. The DNA on the bike, that has all been, it belonged to 2 officers and Barry. And then yesterday, we basically found out that the one that was a partial match to a predator that was in her glove box, well, everybody in the world, I guess, has a partial match to things. So it was basically a big, a big 0. Let's see what this is.
Suzanne Morphew vanished on Mother's Day in 2020. Investigators have long believed her to be dead. There was no confidence.
Okay, that's a little too long, and I don't want to get in caca from them, so I'll just leave that be. So, Barry was up here when she went missing, and Suzanne was down in Salida. Her bike was found just at the bottom of this little hill there. And then she was found not too far from that even. 50 miles approximate. I've even heard as low as 45. Right now, what I believe they're probably struggling with is the fact they don't have any soft tissue to work off of, Morgan told the U.S. Sun. The reason that's a problem is any kind of trauma. For instance, if we have someone that's been attacked or point objects or shot, or you'll see focal areas of hemorrhage. You can get a sense for the dynamic of the injury, but when you're down to skeletal remains, and I suspect that for 3 years in an exposed environment, that what they're dealing with, that layer of potential evidence has vanished. Morgan said that the harsh conditions Suzanne's body was likely exposed to may make the investigation more difficult moving forward. If you're looking for transfer DNA, whether it be anything related to bodily fluid, let's just say that it was some kind of S-motivated attack. In my opinion, all of that is going to be gone unless they have a garment that they have recovered. And we're still hoping for, when they found her, still hoping that there was some of that material left. If it's synthetic fibers that she was wearing, there's a chance that that stuff would still be around. If it's natural fibers, cotton, etc., that will disappear a lot faster. He added that those environmental factors could make it more difficult to ultimately convict or clear someone, including her husband, who has steadfastly claimed his innocence. He's not a good actor, is he? Like, the guy can't act because he's not believable. Oh, Suzanne, if you were, anyone that has you sees this, it's like, oh my God. There would, James, but what they're saying is basically that hyoid bone, I don't think I'm saying it right, is so small, that'd be one of the very, very first places that it's one of the bones that'll be gone first, because it's basically not attached and is so darn small. No, mountain lions don't carry their prey 50 miles and bury them in shallow graves. No. So yeah, that's kind of what I heard about hyoid. Yeah. That bone. Them bones. Okay, so what forensic investigators and scientists will rely on in this particular skeletal remains, Morgan said, relevant parties are hoping against hope that one of the skeletal structures will yield evidence of trauma. They're going to be looking for all things like those kind of wounds to the skull, and would be able to see that defect, depressed skull fracture, and of course any kind of edged weapon that may have been used that actually struck bone. Morphews remains were found during a police search for missing woman Edna Quintana, 55, who disappeared in early May. So sadly, Edna Quintana has not been found yet, and we know that she was not at the healthiest. Hey, that's a good point, Dandy. Very good point. I'll come back there. Yeah, very good point, right? Shannon Gilbert laid in water all that time, and they found her hyoid. Thank you. Anything is possible. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. So, I mean, we can hope, like truly, truly hope that there is this type of evidence out there. I agree with that too, James. If there was an animal, there'd be scratch marks on the bones. Yeah. So yeah, Barry was initially arrested and charged with emming of his wife Suzanne, despite there being no body. But the charges were later dropped. So they have said that finding her, that's all they needed. So I really hope so. So it shows you here, I don't know where this is exactly, but that ground is not totally even, because they're saying the cadaver dogs are brought back to the scene where Chaffee County Sheriff's Officer, FBI, CBI were searching for Suzanne Morphew in Colorado. Okay, so this is just what, more equipment? I didn't see all this equipment out there. What did I miss? Group of investigators searched near where Suzanne Morphews' remains were found. Yes, there was, Martin. I agree. So what have we got going here?
Nearly 3.5 years since her disappearance, Suzanne Morphews' remains are found.
The Colorado Bureau of Investigation located the Chaffee County mother's remains near Moffett last week, and the El Paso County coroner positively identified them today.
So, poop. So everything is relatively close for her. That is not a, how do you put that? It's not I'm trying to get it paused on there for a second. It's not an unbelievable amount of time and distance to make this an impossible trek for Barry to have made that night. And his daughter's vehicle happens to not have that little tracking piece that they need, the SIM or whatever they would like to call it in the vehicles. As it turns out, Barry's vehicle has it, and Suzanne's vehicle has it, but I believe it's Macy's that does not. I'll get the name confirmed, but the one daughter had one of those Range Rovers, but it was older and did not have that chip. Yeah. So how is that? Is that put in there? Is the telematics put in there with, is that a card, a fuse-like thing? What is put in and where for the telematics? You see, I don't know that. I don't know how it's retrieved and saved. I need to do some more digging. It's built in. So how do they retrieve it? How do they retrieve all this information? Is it downloaded from something or? So you can just download off of that? Built-in computer? Okay.
Missing from her home in Chaffee County on May 10th of 2020.
Investigators were searching the area of Moffett and Saguache County last week on an investigation not related to the Morphew disappearance. When the remains were discovered, specific information about the location.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you.
Time.
No arrests have been made since the remains were located, and updates will be provided as information becomes available during this ongoing investigation. Officials have made family notifications.
There have been a lot of developments in this case over the past.
You know, I feel so bad for those girls. Barry and his, good night, James. Thanks for being here, friend. As always. One, two, three. Oh, 4 deer just went running down my sidewalk. And someone's walking a really old dog this direction. I hope that Jazzy doesn't notice that. Okay.
Past 3 years. So here's a timeline of what has happened since Suzanne disappeared. On May 10th of 2020, Mother's Day, Suzanne Morphew disappeared and a search immediately started.
Not finding would be the worst. But the best I'll be able to get out of that is at least I gave it a damn big effort. 5
days later, on May 15th, Suzanne's personal items were found on a trail where she was known to ride her bicycle. However, the search for the missing.
I really appreciate you guys, Mel. It's so good of you guys to jump on when it's so late where you are. You're just awesome. Much appreciated, friend.
Mother continued for months as accusations against her husband, Barry Morphew, swirled.
If anyone is out there that can hear this.
Okay. This one here, I mean, Talk about bad acting. This is the worst. This is the worst.
One is out there that can hear this, that has you. Please, we'll do whatever it takes to bring you back. We love you, we miss you, your girls need you.
Almost a year after Suzanne vanished, Barry Morphew was arrested on May 5th of 2021.
One message was clear from everyone, and that's that they wanted answers and they wanted justice for Suzanne.
A trial was anticipated for nearly a year before the district attorney dismissed the murder charge against Barry Morphew on April 19th.
Oh, absolutely. This guy, I mean, I just don't have doubt. I wish that I don't know if I need to look at it from a different angle, but every time I get looking, it all points right back to him. Like these, oh my goodness. The telematics that I went through all morning is just like, oh my word. Oh, hey, I appreciate that, friend. Thank you very much. Yeah, I really appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Yeah, he has a good way of making himself look bad. Yeah, we sure, as you guys are starting to come in, we're just getting a really, really nice group in here, and I appreciate all of you. The mods are the best. The chat that you guys come in is just, I feel very blessed.
18th of 2022.
They have stated that they don't need a body, that a body is irrelevant. But you need to know that in this case, not a single ounce of physical evidence that has been found connecting Mr. Morphew to this alleged crime.
Now, on September 22nd of 2023, Suzanne's remains have finally been found.
And by the way, the charges against Barry Morphew were dropped without prejudice, which means charges could once again be brought against him.
That is the best because, I just think it was probably the wisest move that they could have made. They didn't feel comfortable at that time. So wait until you feel comfortable. Don't just go in there and hope. Go in there feeling confident that you have everything. And yeah, we do enjoy having you, Mel. Thanks for being here, friend. Absolutely. Okay. Investigators reignite Suzanne Morphew's probe with public plea after her remains are found. Okay, we won't go there. Colorado Bureau of Investigation, the CBI, on Monday announced the launch of a new tip line for information related to the 2020 disappearance and passing of Suzanne Morphew, a wife and mother of two. Morphew, 49, vanished from a bike ride near her home in Chaffee County on Mother's Day in 2020. Investigators just found her remains in a desert area known by locals as the Boneyard in Saguache County, which is about 45 miles from the area where Morphew disappeared. So again, they did find her while they were looking for Edna Quintana, who is still sadly missing. So the Morphew family wishes that all hands are on deck to find the persons responsible for Suzanne's passing. An attorney for the Morphew family, Iris Eaton, told Fox News in a statement, the Morphews also want to send love to Edna Quintana's family in hopes that the authorities find her soon. Aw, that was so sweet of her, because she's kind of like an ass. Investigators recovered and identified Suzanne Morphew's remains while searching for another missing woman. Edna, 55, went missing on May 3rd, according to authorities. So yeah, it doesn't even sound like Barry went through much time even to bother burying her. Fast job so he wouldn't get caught. 5 people. So we do know that there is the 5 people that have been found out there, none of them related. But this lawyer, Eaton, previously noted that including Morphew, Quintana, Crystal, Reisinger, an unidentified man whose remains were found, and another unidentified person who was located in Saguache County last weekend. Eaton previously told Fox News Digital that Morphew's remains were found in a shallow grave in a dry desert field in sagebrush and natural grasses. So now the CBI is searching for anyone that may have some information into Suzanne Morphew's disappearance or passing through its new tip line. So the CBI has set up a tip line for the Suzanne Morphew investigation. The public is asked to report any information about this case by sending an email to CDPS_Suzanne, SUZANNE, Morphew, MORPHEW _tipline at state.co.us or by calling 719-312-7530. So I'm going to come back over here and I will add that. And I'll put it on the bottom there. So that information for the tip line and tip line at co.us or by calling 719-312-7530 or 911 works, right? Okay. Okay, I've got one more, and then we're going to take a look at map time. He did spend time doing not a hell of a lot. A lot of driving around Salida. And yeah, he's going to have some explaining to do. Because I don't know if they had this information last time. Oh, I agree, Martin. So sad. But yeah, within 13 to 14 hours, I'm sure she was there. I'm sure. No other choice. They lost all bar 2 of their expert. Yeah, I knew something was going on as far as a boo-boo being made. Let me see here. Which part of DNA was matched to, say, Suzanne? Yeah, I hope that since there's that lawsuit, there will be a change of venue to another county. I sure hope so. They kind of need a redo. So which part of DNA matched to say it was Suzanne? So from where, friend? Like, are you talking about where they found her? So actually, they were able to get her dental impressions. So we know that her skull was there because they were able to get her dental records. So that's a good thing. If they've got that and everything's intact, might mean if there's any other damage done to her, they'll be able to get it. They'll be able to sadly see it. Okay, so proving innocence. Chilling condition of missing mom Suzanne Morphews' remains will make it very hard for husband Barry to clear his name. So they're talking about how his charges were filed and later dropped. Just such a beautiful, beautiful lady. And this is them digging a hole. This is them excavating that shallow grave. And then there's another YouTuber that's been out there, and he found a .22 caliber stainless steel pistol that was not too far off from this area. So he got a hold of the FBI, and they came, and I think it was the FBI. It could have been the sheriffs, but he got a hold of law enforcement, and they collected it and took it. Yeah. So I don't know what they're going to make with that. He also found what he believed to be part of a bed sheet or something along those lines, with possible red DNA stains all over it. So he got them to collect that as well. Yeah, fair enough, Mel. Yeah, arrest him as a present. How long ago was this found? Like within the last week? Let me see if I can find that guy's name. Okay, he's a fairly new guy. So cold case cause. So he found some kind of bone that he had marked. He found what he believes was part of a sheet. He does show it. Doesn't touch it. So, and thinks that there's possible DNA. And I think that he said there was like 500 yards from Suzanne, 50, I don't know. It was not too far of a distance for this to have been related. So yeah, it was a high-end revolver, which is why, I think Barry had to have the best of the best. I think that's just kind of who he is. So yeah, law enforcement has collected all of that stuff. And let's see, what's his name? Cold case cause. So that's the name of his channel. So yeah, check him out because it's interesting. He sure gets excited. He was thinking he found something pretty darn important. But as we know, they call it the boneyard because of how many people they found out there. So, I mean, if it doesn't help with Suzanne's case, maybe it'll help with somebody else's. Guilty, in my opinion. So again, this is just a basic map. All right. Let's see here. Okay. It's gonna be map time. right. Okay, we got that pretty small. I'll see what I can do here. See if we can get that any better. Okay, a little bit. Okay, so let's get back there. So here, sadly, they're not letting me get too close to the house. As you can see, they're not letting me use any of the roads anymore that even go down this part. The highway's up here. So with that said, of course, Barry, come on. So Bobcat started up about 5 p.m. here. And this is the day of the 9th. It's a big deer that just walked past. So the house is, it's really oddly built house. I mean, it's beautiful, but a little bit different build. So the way it was explained is I do believe she was sunning herself on this side of the house. And then there was that wild chipmunk chase, remember, that Barry had? You know, while his wife was sprawled out suntanning, he thought he'd get out his weapon. So beautiful, beautiful house. Look at that, even a stairway down to the river. Couldn't ask for much more. So she rode her bike. Oh my goodness, he's looking in my front door now. Hello, Bambi. So they're saying, or Barry's trying to say, that she rode her bike down, all the way down here. And then at this corner here, her bike was found, right? All the way down here. And then her helmet is even further up. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful spot. So that's 1905 Puma Path. So the beginning of her bike, from the beginning, we're able to start tracking Barry and that Bobcat. We're looking at here at 1:33 to 1:37. So he was right here. I don't know what could possibly be there. He was there for about 5 minutes. He was out here for about 5 minutes. So for whatever reason, I don't know why, but the pin actually dropped in the middle of this field. So I don't think, I don't know if that's fact or not, but that's where the pin dropped when I typed in the address. Right in here for 5 minutes. So he went from there. Go back down here. Now he ended up over here. This is the next. We have a couple more that I was trying to add, but I guess due to the area, it wasn't letting me drop pins or anything in here. So the next one shows the Bobcat right in here. So let's see how close. See, for whatever reason, it's not letting me. Look at that. It's not even letting me check out these spots. I'd have to go way back here. But it does look, let's go down there. Because it almost looks like, what are they, pits? What's going on in here? Oh, something's blurred out there. Isn't that interesting? So, yeah, he was basically, the telematics are just basically saying that this was the next direction that went. And that, again, was, oh, it didn't give us a time. So the next one we can see, it's way over here now. And I don't know, another strange one, like, I don't really understand why he is all over the place like this. So we've got, what, a motel? And what is this? Vineyard Church. Alrighty then. So it looks like it was just probably going down the street there as well, in my estimation. So following him to his next spot. So here, where we're going, it says the Bobcat started up at 3:43, but then shut down again at 3:43. So this is all based on the telematics. So what was he doing here? Ah, I bet you he was getting fuel. That makes sense, doesn't it? Okay, that's fair. Fair enough. So this one, when I put in the address, kind of surprised me, to be honest. So I don't... I don't see where he stopped here. I don't know. Again, I haven't found how long he was here, so he may have just been passing. So I am going to have to find out if this was just a place that we got a hit for the telematics as far as that Bobcat goes, or did he make a stop here? Wouldn't that have been interesting? Dig Perry. And he probably didn't want to get caught. I think it was a relatively fast procedure for him. I'm sure he just wanted to get the actual heck right out of there, right? Okay. So the next spot, way over here again now. The Bobcat is showing up here. There's been other information spots in between, but the mapping state, the system is not recognizing it. So let's see. Like he just, to me, he's all over the place. Like he's this direction, then he's that direction, and okay, yeah, there, gas station, convenience store, or again, oh, hydrovac. Believe it or not, Franky used to run one of those. Bigger though, mine was a tri-drive. So again, I can't say for sure that he was here for any length of time, but again, it did show up as being there as far as the telematics go. Now we're way over here again. So this I find interesting. Check this out, guys. Just bombing around. So look at where this brings us. What was Barry doing out here from like 1555? So what is that? 355 until what? 403? So that's not that very long. What was he doing out here? I noticed that, Martin, that he had the Bobcat running on the trailer. Yes, I noticed that, friend. What do you make of that? So, yeah, he absolutely did. And I mean, that's why the telematics was catching everything, right? Like, it was catching new positioning. I'm sure all he had to do was go over a bump and it was showing as a new position. Yeah, great catch. Absolutely. Yeah, some of them do look pretty new. So I am not sure. Oh, problem with the battery? Okay. So I'm not sure if he did industrial or if he did residential construction. I'm not knowing. Or did he do both? Piece of work. Okay, so the next spot he goes. And again, see, like we are getting a little bit. You can see he's zigzagging through here, right? So again, he's out here. But it's, basically just what, a continuation? Oh, I'm way back. What am I doing? Bobcat was here. So, Hutchinson Lane. Jazzy. Jazzy. It's okay. Let me get to you guys. I'm sorry. That's what it seems like to me, too. Is he scared rabbit? I think they're mountain standard, right? Yeah, you have to subtract the 6 hours of time. Yeah. Well said. Okay, so can't get there. Further down. So I found this place really interesting too, to be honest. You can't get in there very far, but there was a lot of time spent here, this particular area, and there's nothing, like nothing out here. Like nothing. So what do you think, guys? Is there a possibility that he... So over here now, Poncha Springs. Do you think he could have put her in one spot and then moved her at a later date. And then back to Puma. So this is now, he's back at the house, right? At 5 p.m., the Bobcat started. And then it shut down at 7:34 p.m. So, what the hell? What was he doing at home with his Bobcat running at 5 to 7:30 on the 9th? But then, over here, we're back at these houses. Was he laying gravel? I don't know. What was he doing here? Like, it's a residential area, and he spent some time here. So, what are you doing, Barry? Because he's there, and then he ends up way over here for whatever reason. Why was the Bobcat there? By the looks of everything, like by the telematics, this is where he places him, right in the middle here. So why? Why, Barry? And then after it's here, so it goes all the way back over here to those houses. I'm not sure which one, because the telematics are, one's 29 and one is 30. So I'm not sure it's either that one or that one. That's 30. So I don't know. Different side? So it's just basically here. It's saying that at about 8 o'clock, 10 after 8, it just shut down. Bobcat shut down. And strangely enough, that is the last location for the telematics as far as that Bobcat goes. And I have not found the 10th yet, so I can't even say for sure what happened after that. Again, I'm not sure which house he was at, if he was indeed at a house. Like, what the heck? About 10 after 8 and then no movement. Bobcat shut down at 2:10:16. I thought, let's see here. The Bobcat shut down at 2:10:16 p.m. back at the house. And then this is basically like after that. Because it does show him going back to the Puma Road, right? He was just all over the place. He literally was all over the place. So let's go over here. We'll go back to this is back at his house. So what it's showing, I'll have to look at the 8th, as far as this goes. So he probably, like you said, shut down at, no, it wouldn't be the 8th. So he probably shut down at 2:10, and you need to take 6 hours off the time of your sheet. Like off the telematics that I got. Yes, he was Perry, 100%. I seen something about him walking across the whole hotel parking lot to put something camouflage in the trash. Yep, but LE suspected he wanted to be seen and maybe red herring. Gotcha. So 6 hours off of that. So all the stuff that I got on as far as their timing, why this 6 hours? Minus 6 hours off the time. The time is UTC, the same as jet. Right. I'm mountain time as well. I'm so confused, Martin. I'll look at this. I'll look at all my papers again. Universal Time Clock UTC, right? So I'll go back down here. So I thought you took off 2 off of the Universal Time Clock. I've always taken 2 off. Yeah, I'll take another look. If you Google Salida, it says General Mountain Time -6. -6? I just didn't see that. I'll look into it, you guys. And then I'll make the corrections that are necessary if the... I got you. I got you. Okay. UTC time +6. Okay. So, guys, that is what I have for you, my friends. Martin, you're in Discord, right? I'll catch up with you over there. So, guys, perfect. Perfect, Martin. Thank you. I appreciate that. General Mountain is Greenwich Mean Time. Okay, guys, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you tons. And I'm going to do some more looking and checking. And I want to see the telematics for the truck if I can find them as well. And probably the same situation, right? So yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Don't forget to hit that thumb. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.